Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The vision of Doral Academy Charter Middle High School is to set the standard for outstanding student achievement while providing a safe and nurturing academic environment.
Rise and shine, Firebirds. I'm Marco Garcia.
And I'm Sofia Pinto. Today's Friday, September 13th, 2024.
And we thank you for joining us this morning for the second episode of the sixth season of our weekly show,
The Rise. This week, we're exploring varying expressions of strength. Let's take a look at what we have coming up in today's episode. How we can bring each other up when we're at our lowest.
A look into some of our faculty's experience in the armed forces.
And an update on our athletes' great start to the season.
All this and more coming up on this week's episode of The Rise.
In 3, 2, 1.
That night, Romeo got into a fight that got him exiled. To another episode of The Next Rise and Shine Firebirds.
Starting off, you can look out for a rainy weekend.
On Saturday, there will be a high of 92 and a low of 79 with 35% chances of showers. On Sunday, expect a higher chance at 40% with a high of 90 and a low of 77.
Those summer showers are coming to an end in 2 weeks, so you just need to hold on to your umbrella for a little bit longer.
Wednesday marked the 23rd anniversary of the September 11th attacks, a day etched in the memories of millions.
But beyond the tragedy, the day is also a testament to resilience, a powerful reminder of the strength and unity that emerged from the ashes.
The September 11th, 2001 events changed the world forever. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost in the terrorist attack, leaving the nation in shock and mourning.
First responders, many of whom risked their lives without hesitation, became symbols of courage. Communities across the country united in an outpouring of support, rebuilding not just physically, but emotionally.
We are now ensuring that the memory of those lost will never fade. Please join us now for a moment of silence as we honor the victims of this unforgettable day.
Following the attacks, we saw thousands of people needing assistance both physically and emotionally.
But some couldn't do it on their own.
Let's see how we can help each other come back from the bottom.
What is the purpose of learning history? I mean, I don't want to be a historian, therefore why should I learn history? Well, the answer lies in the future. Learning about our past helps us shape the future into something better. 23 years ago, our realities forever changed. 9/11 was an event that caused a ripple in America. Many lives were lost, or at least changed forever. It was a devastating event that America will never forget. But like I said, learning about history is a way we can improve our future. After 9/11, the US suffered from paranoia, discrimination, and grief. We have to remember that even in the face of immense tragedy, we are capable of resilience and growth. The strength of a nation or communities is not just measured by how it grieves, but by how it rebuilds and moves forward. After 9/11, communities came together showing solidarity, compassion, and determination to rise above the fear and pain. Each year, as we are reminded of this event, it's important to show compassion and love for the people around us. The only way to get through hardship as a country is to be there for one another. This collective resilience is what propels us forward, reminding us that from hardship, we can emerge stronger, united in our humanity.
Sometimes all we need is a little push.
I agree, especially in September with all of these college apps, new clubs, and school events. I kind of want to graduate already.
It is a lot, but I hope you keep track of everything. Here are this week's announcements.
Students, if you have received spam to your collegiate email, please do not respond to it and delete it. There is a hacking risk, so if you are still using the default password, make sure to change it as soon as possible.
Doral Cancer Kids First is hosting a book drive for the month of September. You can drop off a donation at Doral Legacy Park, or if you're a Key Club member, in room 316C.
NAHS applications are now open. They will host an informational meeting today on Mr. Pita's Zoom.
Seniors, juniors, and freshmen, class shirts are available for purchase online on the campus store for $20. Make sure to purchase them for class activities.
Early release will take place next week on Wednesday. High school will be dismissed at 11:30 a.m. and middle school at 12:30 p.m.
Key Club will host an informational meeting next Thursday at 2:30 p.m. in the cafeteria.
French Honor Society applications are now open until September 30th. For our middle schoolers, Junior French Honor Society applications are open until September 23rd. A few of our faculty come from a not-so-expected career path, the military.
Well, they both do serve others. Teachers shape the next generation's mind, and military personnel protect and serve the country bravely.
Here's Ana Remien with an insight into how some of our own have made a mark on the nation.
Before coming to Doral, a few of our very own staff members served our country while some students aspire to do the same. With discipline and bravery, they have dedicated themselves to a cause greater than any individual. Now they inspire others through stories and valuable lessons that they have learned.
So if I have this situation right here, ladies and gentlemen,
You're not trained to be friends with people, you're trained for war sometimes. And so going from that environment where it's so stressful and then dropping everything and coming down to being a civilian again, like I had to really transition, and working with people to build those people skills, again, as a learning assistant at FIU, was a huge part of how I went from military to civilian again.
There is a big transition to make from being in the normal world and then going to military where things have different values.
Being that I'm an immigrant, I also just saw it as a way to give back for the new life I had in America. I know it's kind of strange to say, but maybe it's just a symbiotic kind of function where we can give back what we've been given.
Being in the military can bring you a whole new look to life while giving you an opportunity to help your country and others.
My experience with it has been through movies and TV shows. And through that, I honestly was sort of inspired by the heroic acts and the proudness they show for serving in the military, and I want to do something like that.
There are teachers here in Doral who have made an impact to our country and had special roles, as well as students who aspire to do the same. Reporting for Firebird TV, I'm Ana Remien.
To all our staff that has served, we thank you.
As we wrap up the show, let's move on to something that really gets the juices flowing, sports.
Our athletes have truly shined this fall season with all they have already done and endured. Here's Alex Blanco with more.
Good morning, Firebirds. I'm here to give you the latest athletic news for the fall season. Taking a peek into next week, you'll be able to catch our volleyball team defend their home gym against Westminster at 5:30 p.m. on Tuesday and an away game at St. Brendan at 7:15 p.m. on Thursday. Teeing over to golf, our girls team will be playing away at Lords on Monday and our boys on Tuesday at the Trump, and on Wednesday our boys against Miami Springs. Diving into our swim team, they will be having a meet on Wednesday at MBC. And finally, moving on to the gridiron, our Firebird football team will be defending home field against Southridge on Friday. So make sure to come and support all our teams. So now let's get into our weekly recap.
Yesterday, our swim team crushed the competition at Westminster, winning many competitions, such as Oliver Tejada with a 1 minute and 55 second finish time for the 200-yard freestyle and under a minute finish time for the 100 butterfly. And for today's games, don't forget to support our Firebird football team against Pace at 7:30 p.m. away and our cross-country team at their meet at Tropical Park.
Now here's Ricardo Gaitan from the football team with some insight on tonight's game.
We have a way better approach to this game due to the fact that last week's game was a tough lesson that we had to learn, but we're going to be way better. We've been practicing.
That's all the sports for today, Firebirds. Reporting for Firebird TV, I'm Alec Blanco. Now back to your anchors.
That's all for this week's edition of The Rise.
Make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms at Firebird TV to stay updated with all things school news.
From all of us here at Firebird TV, we wish you a fantastic Friday and an even better weekend.